visiting Twycross, and you're in the ape house, and you saw an ape that perhaps had sort of messy curly hair, and you thought, you thought the first person that you thought of was, say, Brian May. You thought, yeah, evolution does exist. Would you then think, hold on a minute, hold on. You know, perhaps Greg and Kev were right. Perhaps when they were talking about Darwin's book, you know, perhaps they were right.
No, because I don't look like Brian May.
I'm just talking about hair. Hairstyle.
My hair doesn't look anything like Brian. His is a lot longer.
Well, I know, but you've had yours cut recently, haven't you?
Yeah.
In fact, I can see from here it hasn't been cut equally. It's longer on one side than it is on the other. There's a good inch difference there. So either you've been putting sort of manure on one side of your head, or you've got a boss-eyed hairdresser. I'm not being nasty. It's true. It's longer on that side. It's longer on your left.
Oh, if you sit cross-legged, it actually tilts you a little bit. It's true.
And that's why it's bad for your posture. It's bad for your spine, isn't it? To sit
cross-legged. I mean, I worry, to be honest, that she's a budding accountant. What have we had from her? Creationism, watching Britain's Got Talent instead of looking at a breakthrough on TV. Okay,
I did watch Question Time.
We've had the most clever thing she's come up with is the fact that when Noah built the ark, he wouldn't have had to rescue 2 of every creature because the flood was only in the immediate area. You don't know how far a flood's going to extend. How did he know when to stop picking up animals?
Didn't it rain for 40 days and 40 nights?
That was to get the flood.
40's like quite a popular number, isn't it, really? Like, as far as the Bible goes.
Well, you might just say they plucked it out of the air when they were telling the story.
Well, it was just a long time because you're thinking of fasting for 40 days, and that's why we have Lent before Easter. That's roughly 40 days. I'm not sure. Is it exactly, or is it just roughly?
Oh, it depends if you count Sundays.
Well, they are between Ash Wednesday and.
If you exclude Sundays, then it's 40 days. If you include Sundays, then.
So.
Genuinely.
Well, I think the idea is that you just abstain from perhaps one meal a day, or you don't eat meat or something like that. I gave up nothing for Lent this year. Nothing. I forgot until halfway through. What did you give up?
I didn't give up. I took up because it's better.
Now, I'll just explain what that means for people who aren't from Leicester. It means she did something extra, such as charity work. Just in case that sounds a little bit dodgy, that's all.
I took up. I went on the game.
I kind of did both. I gave up swearing, but because I knew I wasn't going to do it, so I kind of decided if I swore, then I was going to give to charity. So it was like a bit of both, I guess. So yeah, by the end of Lent, it was really good. Not swearing at all. Don't swear as much as I used to.
Because you don't want to be giving that much to charity. Is that the idea?
No, but just because it just shows a limited vocabulary, doesn't it?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Definitely. Although a well-placed curse word, I think it has a good function.
It has greater impact if you use it less, though. If you're saying it all the time, then it has no impact. If you only say it once a year,
less is more. Impact. I used to swear far
but
too much.
What do you mean once a year? How can you plan?
Well, I mean, it's just an example.
Once a year? What if you accidentally let one slip and then you'd be, for the rest of the year, screwed? You can't say anything.
If you said it twice for that year, then you'd have to wait 2 years or 18 months before you
I'm not saying we should be that strict, but I just less than every other word in a sentence, like some people do.
Yeah, I agree.
I told you about Colin and one day at school, didn't I?
No.
Yeah, he was Santa Claus, and the kids were coming and sat on his lap, and this little lad came and sat on his lap, and he says, "You ain't the real fucking Santa Claus." so with that, his parents slapped him around the face and said, "I've told you a million fucking times not to swear." Little bastard.
And that's it. That's great. I should just say, So that was Colin pretending to be Santa Claus. I could see Colin as a Santa Claus. Colin is Pete's mate, and he sort of he could look, if he wore a red suit and black boots, then he could look a bit like Santa Claus. Yes, and I think he'd be well suited to the role. Okay, well, if you have listened this far, if you've managed to stay with it, or then thanks for listening. Hopefully we're going to do one or two more, hopefully better edited and better planned, because for this I was just going to be honest, I was a bit lazy. I thought I'll hand it over to Kev, and well, sorry about that, but it's nice to plan things a little bit, isn't it?
It was a bit off the cuff, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And
a couple of mature students that I know do revision podcasts for their colleagues, and what they do is they always start and end with a joke. Well, we missed it at the beginning. Does anyone want to finish with a good joke? Or should I finish with another poem about Angela?
Finish with a poem.
Oh, okay. Angela's a lovely girl, one of the world's greatest wits. She tops it off with a dazzling smile and a lovely pair of eyes. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.